let's crack on then. So for you guys that were here on the first one, you'll know what this call's about. It's just me showing you the behind the scenes, the ads that we're running, the revenue, the churn, the good, the bad, the ugly, what we've learned, and the things that we're doing going forward as well. There's a lot of big announcements in this call as well. I'll try and get through it all in the hour time slot that we have. If it rolls over, I've got time. Don't feel like you need to stay though. If you need to jump, you need to jump. Don't stress. It's all being recorded. Just do us a favor, keep your mics muted because I'm recording this. We will go into like a little Q&A at the back end if you have questions. So, all good? Get a thumbs up? Mint, nice. Let's jump in then, people. So, I always got to ask Vita if I can share this. There we go. I always get nervous when, well, I say always, it's only like the second time that we've done this call, but it just makes me nervous sharing all these like stats and stuff because not everything is normally as good as what people think it is. They think that you're making like £1 million a month and you're just not. Let's jump in then. So, just a quick recap on last month in terms of some of the ideas that I was going to explore. The first one was cold email. I wrote the word next to it, shiny objects. Really, that's all it is. And I've kind of put this on the back burner, try to use my brain. And I honestly think that doing this is more beneficial for me than it is for you guys because it just reminds me that I shouldn't be focusing on shiny objects as well. The second thing I was going to do or explore was remodel scale. Still haven't done that, but that is in the pipeline for it. We're going to move the school about page so it was easier for affiliates and signups. We did do that, and we've had a great outcome off the back of it. Actually, we'll talk about that when we come to the main thing. And some of the other changes that came in the group was the group onboardings, which has actually helped massively. Number one, with expectations being set for people. When we used to do the one-on-one onboardings in the first part, it was too much value to the point where somebody would like experience an insane amount of value on the first call and then feel like it was just downwards from that point. Also, the show up to the calls as well has massively improved since doing these. So group onboardings are a big tick. Plus, I got loads of time back. How it is. Kev's training went down a treat. Friday sales calls are going down a treat as well. And the mastermind is about half full. So if you want to grab a space for the Newcastle, I need to change that. Newcastle Mastermind on August the 16th. The link's in the group for that as well. It's not how you spell Newcastle. That's it. Let's jump in then. So, mission's the same then, nothing changed. It's still to provide affordable opportunities to anybody that wants to build an online fitness business. The vision that we have to become the only name worth mentioning in the online fitness space, pure domination, still the vision, and then the goal as well. That was an active members by 2027. I'm going to speak a little bit more about these things at the back end and how we think about decision-making processes based off the back of these as well. This is the juicy bit. This is the part that everybody likes to see. I don't really like to share, but hey, it creates a little bit more of a trust and transparency. So let's run through the data, the targets, the ads, all those sexy things. Where are we then? So data, let's just explain what we're looking at first off. Let's pull back. This right here is all the metrics for BFM, the past months, and then month just gone. The first day total of clients that are inside of here, the last day total, the clients that have joined this month, and the clients that have left as well. I hate that metric, kills me. This right here is your churn rate. So this is the difference between somebody that well, how many people were here at the start of the month and how many left for the people that were here. So for us this month, it was a little bit higher. On average, we're hitting at about 15% churn rate, which for a business that's a subscription based and has no contract in place is really, really good. However, we want it to be like that. We want it to be 10% because if it's 10%, then we make more money. It's just basic math. There's no really other reason apart from that. The customer growth rate, this is just the amount of clients that we've acquired this month according to the start. And then again, the customer acquisition rate as well. Essentially, in a black and white term, you want this one to be as low as possible, these two to be as high as possible. These things tend to slow down a little bit, especially as you have more clients because it's a percentage, not a direct number. But let's talk about this then. So last month we were buzzing because we took on 33 clients, and if we look back to March, we only had 32. So like 2 months later, and we acquired all of our client base in 1 month. which is really cool. We love that. The last day total was 114, which is because we acquired 52, which is a huge jump from this one. And I'm going to tell you exactly how we acquired all those clients. If you've just signed up this month, you'll know how we're doing it. And then clients left was 17, which again, not overly joyed about. It pains me. I'll be honest with you. It hurts me more when we lose a member from BFM than the one-to-one clients. And the one-to-one clients pay me 5 to 10 times more. This is like the main thing that I want to build. And even though it's 100 quid, it's like, ah, fuck, we lost one. So don't worry, I get the same thoughts and feelings that you do. Let's have a little bit of a chat about this then. So I think a lot of coaches get stressed when they have a handful of clients leave, and it happens sometimes. Like 1 month your churn might be really low and not a lot of clients leave. The next month, 5 of them fuck off. There's 101 reasons why somebody might leave. It might be a personal circumstance. They might not be getting value from the program in the way that you think that they were getting value. They might have found a different alternative and they want to explore that. I think all of those reasons are quite irrelevant. The thing that I focus on personally is the people that I don't think should have left. So if I'm looking at this and let's say that, I don't know, 12 of them, I'm like, personal circumstances, didn't put the work in. I don't know, maybe they just didn't see the value in it. Whatever the reason is, there's a handful of people there that I'm like, why is this person leaving? They should still be here. This is working for them. This doesn't make sense. Um, that's the people that I would focus on. So the thing that we do when we have clients that leave that really in my brain shouldn't have left, we just reverse engineer that. So all you guys that are sitting here going like, I'm going for the 5K roadmap right now, the 5K roadmap came about because somebody left that I don't think should have left. And the reason for it was they felt a bit lost. And I was like, there needs to be a roadmap so somebody doesn't feel lost. 1 or 2 people left this month because they didn't think that there was enough accountability for them. I think that that's wild because you can message me anytime in the group and I'll get back to you within 24 hours and you've got 5 fucking calls to jump on each week. However, if multiple people have said the same thing, there might be somebody else feeling the same thing as well. So I have to put my ego to one side and go, I don't agree with it. However, let's put a solution in place. That's a little hint for what's going to be coming at the back end of this call. The other things are just great in terms of like the acquisition, and we're going to run through them in a second. In terms of revenue, 6.4K, so quite a jump from last month in terms of the group, which is nice to see. Again, just to repeat it, like I said on the first call, there's always a big delay in terms of the money coming from Stripe to our bank account. And it takes about 14 days for Stripe to process it, and then about 4 or 5 days for the money to go from Stripe over to us. So if you're looking at this thinking, how the hell you got 114 people and only made 6K? That's why. I'm actually going to show you a graph in a minute that explains this a little bit more. But that's our metrics. In terms of coming into this month, I'm going to be a little bit greedy. I would really like to sign on board around about the 70 to 80 clients this month to the group. That's kind of what we're going to aim for, which I'll run through how we're going to try and do that in a second. But yeah, we're getting greedy, but greedy is good. Beyond that, then scale. So this is the one-to-one. This is the thing that I'm going to probably remodel, if I'm being honest. A couple of reasons. Number one, it's from a time standpoint of me. When I work with my one-to-one clients, we have a weekly call, and it's an hour, and that's a lot in terms of when you have 6, 7, 8, or even 10 at one point of them. It's a big chunk of the week. Yes, it brings money in, but it removes me from my main objective, which is to make BFM like untouchable. The more time I can spend on this, the better the group gets for you, the more value you guys get, just everything starts to stack up and it grows even quicker. So we'll have to remodel this. However, we did have 2 guys leave last month. One was just unfortunate personal reasons I'll not dive into. The other one, he actually got to a point where he's happy and he doesn't want to grow it anymore. So when I look back and go, the churn rate here, would I need to fix this from a delivery standpoint, like from the clients being happy? No. If somebody had left and they were like, Ryan, this is fucking shit, mate, I'd be like, okay, we need to change this. I don't know if Kev's in this call, but if you ask him, we sat on a call once and I was like, the problem with Scale Bud is the retention's awful because you get so much value to the point that like you don't really need me anymore. Because if you go on most mentorships, you'll have a call with a mentor every like 90 days, and we're having one every single week. So in like 6 months, you've kind of like got everything. And on that call, he was like, "Yeah, I want to talk to you about something." I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "I've got everything. I'm pretty much ready to go." And I was like, "That's what I'm talking about." But it's something I want to remodel from that standpoint, but also from a fulfillment standpoint for me. But I'm gonna have to put some time and attention and think how we want to make that for people. But in terms of if we look at revenue, even though that we just lost two people, it was quite a dip because this month right here, when we acquired a client, they paid in full. Got quite a few of the one-to-one clients at the minute that are starting to charge paid in fulls. You have to detach emotion if you're going to go with paid in fulls because you're going to have some months where it jumps up and some months where it come back down. Um, there's kind of that trade-off where if you are going to charge in full, you are probably going to make more money over the long term because money today is better than money tomorrow. Money tomorrow is never ever guaranteed. If I could take 12 months off all you guys, like I would take that today. Happy days. Uh, if you think about it though, from a stress standpoint, it can cause you maybe some anxiety or stress when revenue is up and down and up and down. But we just need to pace out the money. One of the big bonuses, and really why when I work with the one-to-one clients and we're running paid ads, I try to push them to charge in full, is because you can take that money and run more ads. And that gets you more clients, they're paid in full, you take that money, you run more ads. And it's just this churning mechanism where you keep scaling and scaling and scaling. But again, you just got to put your forced feelings to one side. These things all in then, this was the totals for us. So we actually doubled well, we more than doubled actually. We more than doubled our ad spend for the month just gone. And I'm going to show you all the ads that we were running and some of the things that we explored. But we spent £3,200 in ads. Revenue was £8,600, but we actually dropped 4% this month from last month prior. And again, this comes down to paid in fulls and all these sorts of things as well. Um, and again, I'll say it like I did in the first call. If you're wondering, like, Ryan, how can you spend 3K in ads and only be making 8K in revenue? We still have money that comes from the fitness business. It gives us the opportunity to do this, and we want to grow quick. Mint. That's the metrics. To be honest, I'm happy with how everything is going. Especially this number right here. I love that one. It just needs to keep getting bigger. The only thing I didn't like about this month was this one. Um, I just think that we lost more clients than we should have. Again, if we think about a subscription-based model, 15 to 20% is pretty standard, but I think we can have 15 as a max and really try and push towards 10 with some of the changes that we're going to have coming over time. It's something that not a lot of people think about in their business. They only just think about getting clients, getting clients, getting clients, and not being able to keep clients. But again, I would just don't get too tied to it and think about the people that are leaving. Sometimes the right people leave as well. Like sometimes it's not the right fit for everybody. Sometimes maybe it's too early, maybe they're too far along, maybe you just don't really like each other. Like there can be a multitude of reasons, but I would just look at the person where you think, fuck, that person shouldn't have left. We do get along. This is right for them. What could we have done better? That's what I've made the changes from. Um, which is what I guess I'll be running through soon. But yeah, that's all the data in terms of this month just gone. That's targets that we're running towards as well. In terms of where the growth is coming from, so it's mainly ads for us. It's affiliates, not really much organic. I'm going to give you the exact breakdown in a second, but you know the stories of the organic content's really helping nurture people and push them along. I'm actually finding a lot of people are signing up that came in from ads like 30 days ago, 2 months ago, and they've just been nurtured by that content and hopefully just not heard any negative news about us. So they're like, okay, I trust this guy at this point. Um, and then just again, story, personal driven content. When we break these things down, because I think it's important to know where we're acquiring clients from. I'm not going to name any names, but I once signed up with a mentorship that was basically teaching everybody to do LinkedIn, and that was like their shiny object, LinkedIn, LinkedIn, LinkedIn. And I jumped on a call with the guy, and I was like, "Oh, what's your like acquisitions?" And he brought up the Slack channel, and I think they signed something like I don't know. I think there was like 27 calls booked in one day from ads to Instagram. LinkedIn had booked one call, like Facebook had booked one call, and something else had booked one call. And I just remember sitting there thinking, so you're booking basically 99.9% of your calls from ads and you're teaching people to do LinkedIn. Like, really? This doesn't fucking make sense. But again, whatever. Uh, Biggest waste of 9 grand I ever spent. The ads then. Let's have a look at this sort of stuff. I'll show you the data on them and then I'll show you the actual ones that we're running. So if we come back to, let's just move this to, is it this month? Yeah, this month. Cool. Start of the month, we were still running some of the ones that we ran past. These were through boosted posts. These were all like straight to the profile. What we were finding is the quality was getting worse and worse and worse. So something interesting is if you look, we're spending £100 a day here, getting 29 followers for £3.82. And yet when we're coming over here, it's costing us £17 a follower. Sounds mental. If any of you guys are paying like 50 pence a follower, and we're still getting sales because the quality is 10 times better now. Because all we did was we put in a lookalike audience, which is basically taking all of your guys' names and emails, giving them to Facebook and going, find me more people like this. And the cost per lead went up massively, but they're all fitness coaches. So we speak to like 3 people and 2 of them sign up, opposed to messaging 20 and 1 signs up, which sounds like a fucking great deal to me because it takes a lot of a lot of time away. But that's why it's so important to look at the end metrics, not just the early ones. The early indicators of cost per followers, cost per call, cost per show up, they're all just early indicators. What really matters is the cost per sale and the return on your ad spend. So the things that we've moved over to are, like I mentioned, a lookalike audience here, but we're doing it straight to a school community. Prior, we were running an ad to essentially our Instagram profile. We'd get a follow, we'd have a conversation, send them to a landing page, they'd watch a VSL, then go to the school community. We've just stopped that. The ad itself, as soon as they click on it, sends them straight to the school community. They watch a short video and they sign up straight away. Way less work on my part. I love it. It's what I've been dreaming of. But that's where we're up to on that one. In terms of metrics for this one, we're basically breaking even on the front end on the UK ads, costing us about 105 for the sale. Obviously, you guys pay £100 a month, depending on how the market's looking. If it's up, then you're going to pay £101 that month. If it's down, you're going to pay £99.50 or something. Because obviously it's USA to UK pounds. Return cash contracted is obviously only 94. The reason I don't put in like the expected LTV because I'd rather go like worst case scenario, even though the average person stays about 7 months. Um, Again, I'd rather go on worst case scenario and just go like, this is what we put in, this is what we get out. Um, this one's interesting. So I thought we'd just test the USA and see how it goes. I've tested USA quite a lot when we used to run the fitness business. Usually costs you more money to acquire a customer. Usually those customers pay more money though. So anybody that's in the UK right here, there's something called VAT. It's fucking awful. Nobody likes it. You don't pay VAT on USA clients. So every single USA client is instantly worth 20% more to you. Take into the consideration as well that the USA clients tend to pay about 30-40% more as well. UK might pay 250, USA might pay £500-600 a month. Just their thing that they're used to. Take into consideration that USA clients also refer more people and stay longer as well and have a generally, I'm just generalizing here, more positive outlook on the long term than UK people do. They're a lot less skeptical and a lot less impulsive when it comes to, I've had a bad day, I'm leaving. So taking all that into consideration, maybe I'm willing to pay 150, maybe to push £200 to acquire a USA client over a UK client. However, that's not what happened. Fucking USA clients are cheaper than UK clients for me. Love it. So you're going to see a lot more Americans in here. So if we look at these two things, if the cost per sale here is 105 and the cost per sale for the USA is 37 quid, that's like a 3x times cheaper to acquire a USA client. So like regardless if this person stays half the time to what a UK person would, it'd still be worth more money to me. So that's an interesting one that we really, really didn't expect. Be interesting to see how that thing continues. Another thing with the USA clients, I'm not beating on UK guys and girls, by the way. I'm just giving some context. The USA clients, they just go straight for the landing page and they pay straight away. a lot of the UK clients would watch the VSL, go to the school, but not pay. And they would come to my Instagram, drop me a follow, and then when I spoke to them, they'd say, "Yeah, I watched the video, I'm on the fence." It just shows the difference in terms of like that impulse to go like, yeah, let's fucking go for it. I think it's just a few things. I think I spoke about this last week. I think the first thing is price sensitivity. They're used to seeing 10, 20, 30K mentorships. UK, it's lower, it's five, £600 a month. And I think they just have a higher risk tolerance than the most UK people do. It's like yeah, fuck it, let's go for it. Which I love. Happy days. But yeah, that's where we're at in terms of the USA. The past ads that we ran like months ago, um, that also fell into this category. I actually think Chris, you might be on this. You might be on this list of past ads. So yeah, that just shows that people are being nurtured. They're coming through a pipeline. Maybe they've got some things going on. Maybe they just need to watch a little bit more content before they make a decision, and all the right things are happening in the background. Um, if we look at the ending, so this is obviously a little bit off in terms of the ad spend because what I haven't tracked here are some of the warm targeting ads. And the warm targeting ad I'll show you in a second, but it's just like a basic call to action, click to a landing page. But as I say, we signed 37 clients last month from the ads. The average cost per sale was £78, and the return on ad spend was 127, which is cool. I'm now going to put a dampener on it and show you how painful it is to run a school community, because this is why we're not balling right now. A little bit of an explanation. You got CAC right here. So that's customer acquisition cost. That's the average cost that it's costing me in total to acquire clients. If we're spending about £100 per day, which is what we spent last month, we've upped it obviously this month coming in with the USA one, but last month about £100 per day. We're going to be acquiring about 1.6 clients per day with that spend to CAC. The monthly revenue is 100. The LTV is about 655. The person gets billed monthly on each sign up day. And the payout delay is 19 days. That's how long I have to wait. Uh, so if you guys take money in your Stripe today, it takes, I think, 3 days for it to go from your Stripe to your bank account. Or you can pay something like 1% and you can get it literally the same day. I have to wait 20 fucking days. Which is really bad for trying to scale ads because that just slows everything down, especially when we're only charging you £100 a month. So we're going to double. No, I'm joking. We're going to leave it at £100 a month. If we take this into consideration, then so the ad spend goes linear. So it's just like £100, £100, £100 every single day. Let me move my far ahead. The total revenue that would come from that, though, that's obviously delayed and it only starts to come up on day 19, 20. Obviously, when the person's next payment comes up, we have another little spike, and the next payment, and the next payment, the next payment, etc. The net cash flow that we have, though, we're down at a loss for about 69 days. So if we run £100 a day, I think at about day 20, we're down £1,900, and we stay down £1,900 until about day 50. And then we slowly start to get that back. And on day 69, we become net zero. So it's a long time to sit without your cash for and invest for. We're going to keep fucking doing it because it's going to pay off in the long run, as you but that's what I mean when it's like it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not just like you've got the money in your bank the next day, unless you run a fitness business, which you do. So congratulations, everyone else. Um, but yeah, that's cool to look at. This will obviously change with some of the changes that we're bringing in, aka the accountability stuff that I mentioned before that we'll touch on at the back end of this call, and because that'll bring something in for us, but also just on the back end as well, it makes sense. But yeah, that's the breakdown of the ads and how painful it is to have to wait fucking 70 days to get my money back. But it's still a smart investment. Let's come through the next part then, people. So that is ads covered, UK, USA. Really going to try and push for the USA this month and see where that leads. When it comes to ads, we could have just had a great start and it might just tank. Like we don't know if we've hit lucky. We don't know if this is what to expect. It could get better when the targeting hits because more people are coming through. But I'll obviously keep you updated on this. Or if you just start seeing everyone doing welcome posts from Chicago and Los Angeles, you'll be like, yep, it's working. Affiliates then. So affiliates for us, we had 7 affiliates join this month. aka like people that were referred, which is sweet. That's really nice. Anybody that ever gets a referral, it's like that. That was easy. I didn't have to do any work for it, and the person's like 100% sold into the idea that this is for them. So affiliates are a big one for us, and one that we're only trying to add to as time comes on. You guys might have seen we've set up an affiliate with OneFit, the coaching platform. That's another one that we've obviously added on top. I didn't expect them to try and send us coaches, but apparently there's a lot of coaches that need help, and obviously that's not their main thing. And for them, it's about trust, and they want to know if they send it somebody to somebody, it's reputable, and they're not going to get charged 20 fucking grand. Story reshares seems to be helping with the affiliates. Uh, Anytime I put up a story saying like this person's welcome to the team, and they tend to reshare it, we'll get a referral within like the next fucking 2 weeks from the person. Um, I'm guessing people just maybe drop you a message, say what's this, or I'm interested. You send the thing across, and then it works out. So if you're watching this and you've got a chance to reshare to your story, I would 100% do it. In fact, if you're on this call right now, you're not on your phone, take a photo, tag me. You might get an affiliate kickback. Personal story-driven content. I keep touching on this. I keep telling people to do more of it. This is just really working well for me. In fact, I had like 3 guys last week be like, your content's really good, which is hilarious because it literally takes me like 60 seconds and it used to take me like 3 hours to do. But yeah, it's nice. If I'll give you any advice on this, just keep it personal. If you can try and tie it in with some social proof and some client wins, I think that's a bonus as well. But just share stories, share personal driven content. You'll attract the people that you want to work with if you talk about yourself, because people are either going to think that guy's great or that guy's a dick, which at least they feel something. What I'm testing right now, then, so like I mentioned, ads, top of funnel USA, that's going to be the thing that we really try and hit on. Landing page conversion rate. Inside of school, I think our landing page conversion rate is about 4% now. It would be good just to get that up. That means just the more people that we send, the more they click the button and say, yes, I would like to join. I think the average conversion rate for school is about 4%. So we're at average, but average is never good enough. It's always better to try and bump that up. So we're going to try and work on a few of those things. The things that are working for coaches right now, I'm going to preach at you all for like 2 minutes. The first thing being just high standards. You know what I'm talking about. If you get a coach that's crushing it and you put their Instagram page there, and you get a coach that's struggling and you put their Instagram page there, it doesn't take an expert to start to see the difference. It's not an impossible task. High standards doesn't mean 4K quality cameras. It doesn't mean like perfect audio. It doesn't mean the most elaborate story ever. It just means things don't look shit. Because on the other side of that, you have a client that's watching you, and if it looks shit from the outside, they don't think it looks very good on the inside. So if you walk past a shop and it looks a mess and it's dirty, nobody wants to go in that shop. They're not going to buy your food from there. So high standards being the first thing I'm seeing quite a lot. If we're dropping those standards, things aren't tend to be working out. Desirable standpoint. What I mean by desirable is that you have something that somebody else wants, or you've achieved something that somebody else wants. If I'd never built a fitness business, you probably wouldn't give a fuck what I think right now. It would just go in the bin, irrelevant. Uh, we have to have something that somebody else desires, or have had something that somebody else desires. That's a big one. And this doesn't mean like walk around six pack shredded 24/7, win the Olympia. This just means look at your ideal client avatar and be that 2, 3 steps ahead of them. Like I don't need to run a 7-figure online fitness business to give you help hitting 100K plus a year. Like you don't need to win the Olympia to get somebody shredded for a photo shoot. You just have to be a few steps in front of them, and we have to be desirable. We have to focus on the 2 needle movers as well. That's the 1 to 2 needle movers. I think a lot of coaches get, myself included, sometimes that shiny object syndrome, and we just start focusing on the things that really don't matter right now. If we think of a hierarchy of things that we should be focusing on, for most people in here, myself included, like marketing's number one. At the end of the day, it's a business, and we need to get people through the front door. I think a lot of time, because we're naturally coaches, we put too much energy on the fulfillment, on the coaching process, on the back end, and making this amazing fucking system. that nobody knows exists. So it's like having Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, but there's no kids. Do you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't matter. Um, so that's a really important one, and it's just nailing these things down of going, what does move my business forward? Is it practicing sales and turning up with those sales calls? Is that the highest leverage thing I can do right now? Is it sending these messages? Is it doing the follows? Or is it sitting on the bed watching YouTube, which we all do, but or at least I fucking do. But we got to get these non-negotiables done. And expectation setting, I think this is huge as well. I think the coaches that do well just expect to get a lot less and do a lot more. The coaches that seem to struggle, they have it the other way around. They expect to do a lot less and get a lot more. And we've actually put this on the onboarding calls now, and I think it's really helping set expectations. Um, and sure, like we've had, I think one or two guys be on the onboarding call and actually cancel their membership about like 5 days later. That's fine. Because if we can set the expectations of you will not be getting a Lamborghini in the next 30 days and they're not happy with that, I would rather that somebody leaves rather than Ryan, I'm 2 months in, where's my fucking Lamborghini? And I'm like, I don't know, bro, where's mine? I'm still waiting for it. Jokes aside, expectations is a big one. Just expect to do a lot more and get a lot less, and you'll be totally fine. I don't know if you've all actually seen Lewis dropped a win in the group yesterday. He's obviously went from 0 to 11 grand a month working a full-time corporate job. It's took him 11 months or 10 months to do that. And people look and people think, yeah, Lewis mentioned he doesn't have a PT qualification. He must be nice, must have breezed through it. And it's like the guy had 0 Instagram followers and he started 11 months ago. The only difference is he's done it every single day, even when he's worked 10 hours, even when he's been busy. I got him to record an ad. He ran out on his lunch break and fucking recorded it. Like we have to have a willingness to just do the work and usually a lot more than what we actually expect to. What flopped and what I learned in PT qualification providers. Um, I've emailed about 30 of them. I've also Instagram messaged about 15, 20 of them. I think I've messaged 4 or 5 of the founders and owners. No one's got back to me at all. So if you ever feel like you're banging on doors and nobody's opening and it's fucking demoralizing, I know. It's totally cool though. It's fine. The or did it though. Let's explain. So I've sent all of these emails, sent all of these messages, knocked on all these fucking doors. Nobody's answered. Spoke to the guys at OneFit, and the guys at OneFit, I was like, by the way, do you have any affiliates with PT providers? And they were like, yeah, we do actually. It's one of the largest ones in Ireland. They've got like 3 facilities, 2 in Scotland, one in England, 3 in Ireland. And I was like, any chance of an intro? What I'm trying to say here is sometimes when you just do the fucking work, doors open and you don't expect them to. You just put yourself in the right place, you ask the right questions. If I hadn't have done these 30 reach outs, when I spoke to the guys at OneFit, would I have asked them if they know any PT qualification providers? Probably not, because I wouldn't have been doing those actions prior. It's incredibly important that you just push through when things don't work, because in my experience, on the other side of that, it usually fucking works out in a weird way, or at least it always seems to. So yes, I will be continuing to message and email as many as possible. Even if I have to do 100 and no one replies, that's fine. Something will eventually come for it. Lessons this month then. Expectations make or break a journey. Obviously, already spoke about that in terms of where people are at. Again, we just expect something that's unrealistic or we expect to get something without putting much into it, you're going to have a fucking bad day, trust me. The second one, see this all the time. People just see that overnight success. They don't see all the lessons that come prior with it. Mentioned obviously Lewis before. We sat in Starbucks literally 10 months ago when he was at 0, and I told him for a fact that he was going to crush it because of the attitude that he had. That was it. The thing I told him was the only thing that's different from where he was to where I am is a series of skills and lessons that he just has to learn. Has to learn messaging, has to learn content, has to learn sales, maybe has to learn running ads at some point. All he's done over those last 10 months is just learn, 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 learn. And yes, we've sat on calls and we've said, these messages are shit. Please change that. And please stop saying this on a sales call. Change this, change this, change this. But he's asked questions and he's taken it in again and again and again. And that's where the growth is. And it's never, ever, ever an overnight success. Ever. It's always a series of events. Beyond that, it's no matter how good you make it, people will leave, and that's okay. That's something that I've decided to sit with now because I, like most people, get riled up when somebody leaves because I'm like, they shouldn't leave. Why did they leave? This is amazing. There's nothing else better out there. Unfortunately, not everyone sees the world through your eyes, and that's fine. Just this is more of a one to me, but if somebody wants to take it, it's fine. If somebody leaves, it is what it is. Ideas that I'm exploring, then remodel scale. I need to get that done just so it's an easier process for me to fulfill more than anything. And something that people, again, still get an extreme amount of value from, but I don't have a calendar that just looks like a fucking a mess of just call after call after call. USA ads, I'll continue to explore that. And I would fucking love to finish in the top 20 of the school games this quarter. And if anyone doesn't know what the school games is, if you finish in the top 5 of your category, unfortunately for me, I'm in the most competitive category because it's money. So everyone's revenue is through the fucking roof. But if you finish in the top five, they'll fly you out to Vegas, all expenses paid for, and you meet Alex Hormozi and the whole school team. That would be really cool. However, I have no expectations of being in the top 5. Be cool if we did, but I would love to get in the top 20 on the leaderboards because that would put us in the top 20 on the whole world for the money category, which is fucking cool. To be able to do that, we need to kind of add like 30 grand of recurring revenue to be in the top 5, and I believe about 16K of recurring revenue to be in the top 20. I will struggle to do that by myself because I'm going to have to plow a lot of money into ads, and we've already been over the fact that it takes fucking 70 days to get my money back. However, you guys can help me because you can refer friends, coaches, whoever else might be interested. That moves us a hell of a lot quicker. Plus, if you've obviously got any questions, I can ask Hormozi. Yeah, which would be really fun. Cool. Beyond that, then let's get into some changes, and then we'll wrap up with some Q&A after these announcements, some big announcements. So, first things first, inside the Quick Cash portal, there is a new video in there called Client Acquisition 101. It's a topic that a lot of people get confused over. Where are my next clients come from? I dial it down and go, this is exactly how it operates. This is how it works. It clears it up for you. It also helps you from getting sidetracked when you see all these mentorships being like, we got a special system or we got a fucking blueprint or this. And you'd be like, bullshit, bro. This is how you get clients. It's one of these ways. So that's cool. Go watch that. Second thing, Nicole's female coaching module is now live as well. So that's inside the poll. It's fucking awesome. Go check it out, especially if you coach female clients. I would check it out regardless, whether you coach male or female, but especially if you coach female. So that's cool. Thank you very much, Nicole. Partnership with OneFit module, that is now live as well. Good news, bad news. Which one do you want first? I'll go with the bad news. I couldn't get you a monthly discount. The way that Stripe works, we can't give you like a trial period and a monthly discount through like an automated setup. What we would have had to do is either choose between one of the other two, which I've done that, or they would have to employ a VA to manually add it at the end of 30 days. The problem with that is it's going to go wrong at some point and somebody's going to be like, Ryan, I didn't get the fucking discount, and it's just going to go tits up. I think it's like 40 quid a month, so you'd save like 4 quid. So we've scrapped that one. What I have been able to get you though, which is not accessible by anybody else unless you're in this community, is a 30-day free trial. Because to me, the people that are just starting, giving them 30 days of leg room to go, I can get a client and then they can pay for this, that's more important than saving £4 a month. So apologies to anybody who has OneFit that wanted to save the £4 a month or £5 a month or whatever the hell it is. What you do have though is, unless it's disappeared, what you do have is a whole training module inside the system setup that shows you exactly how to use the one-click coaching platform. Because I think the worst thing in the world is when you start using a coaching platform and you've got that learning curve and it's like, how do I use this? It's a mess. The guys at OneFit have made us everything. how to build training programs, nutrition plans, everything. It's all there for you. So don't ask me any questions. Ask them questions. Their support's incredible. If you ask any coach that uses it, they'll tell you that they get back in like 15 to 20 minutes. It's shockingly good, and hence why I definitely back them. That's cool. And then finally, uh, accountability coach. Ooh, what's that? So if here's how I would look at it. If you're somebody that knows what they should be doing, but for whatever reason in the universe, you're not doing it on a consistent basis, and therefore you are losing at least or more £99 per month, you should hire the accountability coach because you are losing money by not doing the things that you should be doing. If you speak to a coach that's crushing it and a coach that's struggling, they don't know different things. They both know what they should be doing. One's doing it, one's not. The accountability coach is live inside the portal. If you go to the new section that says upgrades, you'll find it right here. It's £500 a month, but no, I'm joking. It's just 99 quid. We've fucking made it as cheap as possible for you. It's a total no-brainer, honestly. It's going to make you more than 99 quid. So if you're struggling to stick to things, go watch that video. The setup's there. We show you the inside, the outside. You shouldn't have any questions. Go check it out. It's class. Beyond that, then the last thing that's coming is the copyright modules. They're coming soon. There was some of you guys that were saying like this video doesn't work for the copyright one. When I went and had a look, it isn't working. We've got a new guy in and he's going to do a full module on copywriting. So you should all be experts at that point. So that's one to look forward to. Should be in the next 30 days. The final thing, the big one, the one that everyone's like, ... Ryan, what's going on here? There can't seriously be more. Rather than telling you, I'll just do it while you're here. Affiliate commission bumped, doubled, in fact. What does this mean? So this means that if you refer anybody to BFM, you will get 40% kickback. 40% is 40 quid a month. So if you refer one person, your bill for BFM comes from £100 a month down to £60 a month. It's practically fucking free at that point. Alternatively, if you get 3 people in the community, I am now paying you to be here. Part-time job. Love it. So if you're in the community and you want to earn some cash and help us win the school games, of course, go to the Start Here tab, follow the affiliate link one and grab it there. Again, 40% is pretty ridiculous, but our goal is to get 1,000 people in this fucking community. And I think we're only going to get there a little bit quicker if we're willing to pay you guys double the amount of money as what we were before. Love it. Nice, people. That's pretty much everything that I've got to cover. It's some pretty big announcements. If I was you off the back of this, I would go have a look at these things that are now live. The client acquisition, Nicole's training, the One Fit partnership modules inside of there, of course, the links there to get your 30-day free trial if you want to. And then beyond that, the accountability coach is live as well. These are things that coming soon. This is now 40%. Woohoo. And by the way, anybody that's already referred somebody, your affiliate commission instantly changes to 40%. So it's almost like you've referred 2 people now. Lush.